Shalom. This is a shir on the background information that's necessary to know for study of Talmud. And this background information is going to examine this is the sixth shir, and it's going to look at what the Talmud Bavli and the Talmud Yerushalmi are. Gemara is what we're looking at. Gemara is another word for Talmud. They discuss the exact same works. There's just two ways of referring to them. Some people call it Talmud, some people call it Gemara. But at the cover of every Gemara, you'll see it'll say either Talmud Bavli or Talmud Yerushalmi. And what are the differences between these two? After the destruction of the second Beis Hamikdash, the Jewish community was split. The majority of the Jews were exiled into Babylonia, into Babel, today's Iraq and Iran. And the minority of the Jewish community stayed in Israel. Some great scholars were in both places, and the scholars started to begin to work on a commentary on the Mishnah. And they started, not that they sat down to write a commentary on the Mishnah, but rather their discussions were based upon the laws listed in the Mishnah. And this commentary on the Mishnah is what's referred to as a Talmud, right? But in both areas, the Israeli sages were not working in sync with the sages that were living in Babel at the time. They were really concentrating on they did not meet that often. There were some that traveled back and forth. And at the end of this period of Amoraim, what results is two different Talmuds written. There are a few contradictions between the two, although there are arguments, but the two Talmuds that are written, one Talmud, the one from Babel, is called the Talmud Bavli, and the one from Israel is called the Talmud Yerushalmi. They were, and that's the essential difference. Different people are quoted in each, but it's the Talmud Bavli, because we generally assume that the sages in Babel were more authoritative. The Talmud Bavli is what was really given authority, and that's really what our halacha comes from today, although there are some laws learned from the Yerushalmi. Shalom.